Well, hey friends, it's me, Andrika J. Austin. I go by Coach AJ, right? Well, I went from a divorce and the death of my mother on the same day, dropping out of college, the downsizing of my corporate career, dealing with homelessness, to deciding to take my destiny into my own hands. I have dedicated myself to the life coaching certification process, developed my own coaching curriculum, have successfully certified over 120 coaches around the world, designed books, courses, and of course, a certification process that takes place online in one day where you don't have to worry about a whole lot of the things I'm going to be talking about today. So if you find yourself wondering what's next, stay tuned. I got some goodies for you. Hey, Cassandra. So I'm reading this book called .com Secrets, and it talks about what Russell Brunson has labeled agitating the pain of your customers. And I usually hate when people say, oh, focus on the pain or sell using pain points, because I'm thinking, why would you want to do that? But the more time that I have taken to read this book, the clearer I have become. And so I started listing out about 20 things that I noticed that people come to me in pain with. So many of you who want to become certified life coaches, you first of all maybe don't know where to start, but you surely don't want to take months or even years getting certified. And you definitely don't want to pay thousands of dollars to do it. I've noticed many people don't want to have to filter through the fluff of information that's online or that you may see on social media. And a lot of you want a modern day approach to coaching because coaching has been around for about 20 or so years, a little bit longer, but parts of it can be out of date. And so where I pride myself is with that modern day approach to coaching, using things like this, social media and up-to-date technology to reach and serve your coaching clients. Another thing I noticed is that you don't want to have to leave your home to get certified, especially with times like these with the mandatory quarantine, but you still want to be effective. You still want to impact the masses in any way that you can. But one thing you really don't want is for it to feel like school with a teacher talking at you or teaching you theory or someone who's unenergetic. They're monotone, they're bored, they are just trying to make it to the end of the day. But you do want that real world, hands-on, face-to-face, coach to client experience and get that coach to client practice in during your training time together. A lot of my clients love that they get access to their first potential coaching client before they even leave the life coach certification training class. So if you want to belong to a community of actively engaged coaches, I love that that's what I bring to the table. Many of the ladies that I talk to also want to have access to ongoing trainings and live online events and information and resources for new coaches growing their business because you want someone who is reachable. A lot of people say, AJ, I love that you're local. Everybody knows that I live in Atlanta, and for some reason, I think everybody lives in Atlanta because online brings us together like we're neighbors. And so they say, oh, you're right down the street, or you're so approachable, you're easily accessible, you respond quickly. And that's what you're looking for as a new potential coach. Hey, Shay Shaw, hey, Tangi Jones. But what you really want is someone who is local, who is approachable, who's easily accessible, who will respond to you quickly, or even jump on the phone, as many of you guys know, personally if needed. Many of you are looking for someone who looks like you, African American woman, story relates to yours, owns and is building her own coaching empire. So your seed, meaning your financial investment to get trained and certified with me, is going into good ground. It's being invested back into the African American community, and it's supporting future up and coming women in business, because I give a portion of my income to college students and, again, up and coming women in business. I reinvest back into the coaching and African American women entrepreneurial community. You also want to learn from someone who studies the industry from its foundation all the way up until now, and can relay that information back to you about how it applies to you as a African American woman growing your coaching business, and what it has to do with you as a coach personally. You also want someone who will cultivate an ongoing relationship with you beyond just taking your money and regurgitating some things that they've seen others say or seen others do. You want someone who is in the trenches with you, growing her coaching company daily, right alongside you, and who has mapped out a plan for how she did it, plus shares her answers with you. You want someone who is knowledgeable about growing a coaching company in the 21st century as an African American woman, and someone who will be truthful and highly in integrity about what it takes to quote unquote make it and how to stand out in this industry. You want someone who has invested in herself through schooling, meaning a university, training and apprenticeship for the last 4 years, and also helped build other global coaching brands like the one you're trying to build today, right? And then you want someone who invests in you as a coach, as a new coach. You want someone who can fill a book with her knowledge on the coaching industry and has done that multiple times this year. As you can see in our audio recording picture for tonight, this is the recent book, The Life Coach Revisited. It's all about how to become a skilled, trained, qualified, professional, certified life coach online in a day. Because I know one thing for sure, what you want is to not feel like just a number in yet another inadequate online training for coaches. You want to feel seen. You want to feel heard. You want to feel acknowledged. You want to feel cared for. You want to feel supported on your journey to building your own coaching brand. And so what I've done is put together a free resource for you over at www.thelifecoachquiz.com. It is a part of the title for tonight's audio. It is also pinned in the comments below. You can take the Life Coach Quiz for free over at www.thelifecoachquiz.com. and get out of the pain that you're in with everything that I've just listed. Yes, I read off of my list of 20 things I know that you want for sure in your life coach training and certification process. People often say, AJ, how do I stand out as a coach? This is one way to do it. Go put together your list of things that you know you bring to the table in whatever part of the coaching industry you're in, and tell your clients all about it, because I guarantee there's at least one person that's trying to get out of all of this pain of it taking forever to get to where they want to be. So for me, I knew that you guys wanted a quicker route, a better option, something that is time and money conscious, where it's just kind of straight to the point, it's modern and up to date, and that you don't have to go through the trouble of being somewhere to get this certification, because it is online, it's fun, it is hands-on, and that face-to-face access to the people who train you, plus the people you train with. And then you feel like you are in a community and you have access to continuing that learning cycle of growing your own coaching company through resources, because the person who trains you and the people who train with you are approachable. They're easily accessible quickly. It doesn't take a lot of time to get the answers to what you need to help you on your next step to growing your coaching company. And I just knew that you want someone. I know that you want someone who looks like you. I mean, people say this often, but I really know it applies here. Representation matters. It's one thing to learn to be a coach. It's another thing to learn to be a coach from someone whose story relates to you, whose background is similar to yours, whose cultural differences from others stand out to you, who is standing in their power, in their authority, in their anointing, in their calling, in their gifting, and giving you that same confidence and permission to be great as who you already are. And so I know that's who you want to learn from. Plus, someone who is knowledgeable, not just guessing and Googling their way through the process, but has actually sat and studied and trained and invested in themselves with a degree and then another 4-year degree of learning, and willing to cultivate that relationship as you guys continue to grow together. And I say you guys, I really mean me and you, us, right? Because you want someone who is in the trenches with you, growing her own coaching company and knowledgeable about what it takes to grow it in the 21st century as an African American woman. You, again, want someone who looks like you. Their journey looks like your journey. You can relate to their journey. You're not looking at them like, oh yeah, you can do it because of this. No, we are the same. And you want someone who is not just taking your money and running, someone who is taking a portion of the investment you make in becoming certified and investing it back in you as a coach, back into the African American community, back into future female entrepreneurs, and then making sure that throughout that process, you know that you are not just your credit card number, but you are acknowledged, you are seen, you are loved, you are cared for, you're heard, you're felt, and you're checked on regularly about how you're building your coaching company. So many of the replay viewers for tonight will listen to this, and most of them have been certified with me in my 1-day online life coach certification training. Hey coaches, hey replay viewers, and they can relate to everything I'm sharing with you and add more to this list of 20 things I just told you that you want in your life coach certification process. So meet me over at thelifecoachquiz.com. Take that free quiz. It is a 3-statement quiz. You choose the one that best resonates with your spirit, that speaks to your heart, that you acknowledge and know is true for you. And I'll tell you our next steps together. If you have questions, I want to give you a few seconds to post them in the comments below about anything I've shared during this quick audio live. You guys know that as I grow, I come and I sow. I sow it back into the community of those of you who desire to become a certified life coach with me in our 1-day online life coach certification training through my company, the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC. What questions do you have for me while we're live here? I mentioned earlier I'll be doing a series of audio trainings, so make sure your notifications are on for when I pop on here live and share with you the tip of the day that's going to help you make the decision about what comes next for you becoming a certified life coach with me. I'm happy to answer those questions. Even if you don't get a chance to post them here while we're live today, it's okay. Come back, listen to the replay. Replay viewers, post away in the comments below. And until we meet again, my friends, remember, there's someone somewhere. They are waiting on you to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs. Because it's when you let your light shine, you give others permission to do the same. Remember, when you impact one life, you impact generations. I'm Master Life Coach Trainer Andrika J. Austin. I'll see y'all on my next live. Let me know if you have questions by posting them in the comments below. I will meet you over at www.thelifecoachquiz.com to see your responses to this free quiz to let you know if you're ready for your next step to becoming a certified life coach with me this year. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. God bless. See you soon. Bye, friends.